And time check is just after 1 p.m. My name is Ashorkor. I'm your host on Between Hours, live on Asaase Radio, the voice of our land. Right after me, Elvis Crystal will take over with the rush hour. But for the next hour, I'm going to bring you some really cool information on social media. So this week, we are running a series on the use of social media. Things to do and not to do. Things you should definitely know about Instagram. How to grow your TikTok following. And today, we're talking about using social media for work. So if you're a corporate institution, back in the days, we only paid for radio ads and TV ads and daily graphic ads and billboards, traditional media. But now, and we are done. So, also done who be. Every corporate organization I know has social media pages. Sometimes it's actually funny that they are on Twitter or Instagram. Like you see a bank on Instagram and you're wondering, what are you doing here? But by and large, social media is the place to reach your consumers or your customers and have, instant communication and feedback, from them. You can put out a TVC, but you never know what people are saying about the TVC. You don't know whether they like it, whether they are watching it. But on Instagram, you can see the number of views. If people don't like it, they will immediately send you a message and you can immediately respond. People have problems, they will immediately text you. I bought your pizza and it came and it was all tomatoes and no fish. You can immediately say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sending you another one. Unlike before when we couldn't do that. So Instagram or social media has become a very important tool for corporate organizations to reach their clients. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can use your social media as a corporate body for good to grow your business. So stay tuned. You're listening to Between Hours. My name is Ashorkor, and today I'm hanging out with digital marketing expert Alice Mensah. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Ashorkor.
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, I'm a fan. I've been stalking you on YouTube. Thank you. I've been watching your YouTube videos and all the content and the things you talk about using the digital space. And I thought I must have you in my studios for our discussion on using digital marketing as a corporate way. So we're supposed to know each other from a certain somewhere, but we'll talk about it. But I know you've been in the digital marketing space for a long time, and so you know your stuff.
Sure.
Is it ridiculous for a bank to be on Instagram?
No, it isn't. Actually, looking at the stats we have, now we have about 8.8 million on social media. 8.8 million on social media. Ghanaians. And so if you are a bank, you want to be at where people are. And if 8 million people are sitting somewhere, why not tap into that? So, yes, individuals are the ones supposed to be on social media, but businesses have found a nice way of being amongst them because really they are our target markets. And if they are somewhere, we just need to be there with them. Yeah.
Now, I know, for example, Instagram is a photo sharing platform. If a bank is on there, what exactly would they be sharing? Pictures of the staff forward.
Okay, so I think it boils down to the kind of content that you want to do. And we are used to this. I'm selling shoes, so come and buy. Or I have a bank, so come and bank. So if that is the advertisement perception we have going to social media, then it'll be very difficult for us to connect. But if we want to flow with the masses, people are there to have fun. People are there to entertain. So yes, maybe if you are doing 10 contents in, let's say, a week, maybe 3 will be a bit promotional, but
you post a video of Kweku the Traveler.
Yeah. So maybe not maybe Kweku the Traveler, but you may find a nice way of mixing the entertainment with what you do, so that you don't look like you're selling, directly pushing it into my face that I'm selling, that kind of thing. There's this concept that I would like to touch on, if you don't mind.
Okay.
It's called Moments of Truth. I think I learned this from Google, and it is simply those days when, let's say, you're thinking of buying a camera. The first thing you'd have done would have been to go to a shop and then buy your camera. So when you enter, the sales guy you speak to becomes your first moment of truth, meaning whatever he tells you is the truth you are listening to. Your second moment of truth is when you use the camera. Then you can say that, oh, this camera is really good. This camera isn't good. Okay. Then now, in our times, things have changed. Then a concept came called 0 moments of truth. Now, you need a camera. What do? You go online. You go and search. Maybe you go to your Facebook page to see what they're up to. You compare the options. So doing that becomes a zero moments of truth. It's zero because really you didn't speak to anybody. Okay. But that influences what you want. So before you may even go to Melcom or even buy online, you have already decided some way, somehow, what you really want. And so this brings me to businesses. If you are a business and I come to search for my zero moments of truth, would I find you?
You're not
Are
there.
you present there? If you are not there, you've missed that opportunity to actually impress me. But if you are there, then you have satisfied the zero moments of truth condition. And so I'll be likely to buy you, of which now becomes my first moment of truth. And the good part of social media is that it's like a cycle. Once I'm happy, I'll now come and write a comment on your social media page to say that, oh, I bought this camera and it was super. And that becomes another person's zero moments of truth because he is also now coming to buy the same camera. And now he comes to your page and reads what now Ashorkor came to write 1 week ago. So this makes this space so important that though it's not necessarily for businesses, you can't say you wouldn't be there. If not, you've missed an opportunity to make a sale.
Are there specific pages that are appropriate for specific kinds of businesses? So there is Twitter, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's TikTok, there's Snapchat. Must a business be everywhere?
Great. Actually, this is something I even had written down. To me, I'll say, who is your audience? You, the bank, I'm sure you should have a persona by now. You should know who you intend to target. Okay. So why not find where that target is? Let me give you an example. I used to work for Apollonia City, which is a real estate company.
Yes.
And they sell land, premium land in dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. Okay. Where would you find this guy? This director of, let's say, an oil company somewhere. You find him on LinkedIn. So in that case, for Apollonia City, LinkedIn will become what? A platform for them to use. Now, I find myself in a financial institution. Okay. And here, they're not necessarily looking for a premium target because they give micro loans, 200 cedis loan. So in this case, Facebook becomes the go-to page. Twitter becomes the go-to page because that is where they can find their audience. So it's not clear cut that, okay, business, you can be on Facebook and Instagram, but not LinkedIn. Or you can be on LinkedIn and Twitter and not Facebook. You rather look at who you are as a business, who your target audience is, try to map out where you can find them. And if you can find them on all the social media platforms, then, my dear, be on all the social media platforms.
But can you even tell what kinds of people are where?
Some of the platforms are very unique. For example, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You know that it's for the professionals. Okay. It's more of a social media and a website put together.
Yeah.
So you know that if you're looking for the high premium guys, you find them there. Now, what about Facebook? Facebook, when I go to Facebook, I meet my SS classmates, JSS classmates.
So like high five.
So it's like that's what the bigger family is. So if
Okay.
you are into a mass market kind of thing, then that becomes your go-to. Twitter is for conversations. Things are trending here and there. So would you want to be part of, let's say, a trend and you like to blend in the trend? If yes, then you should be there. Left to me, once you are selling, be everywhere.
So you be on TikTok, for example, doing what?
As for TikTok, even me, I'm not there. My business is not there because creating that kind of content, you need, it's like you're pretending to be someone, making it fun and things like that. So for TikTok, I would recommend that you either use an influencer there to market your brand.
For you.
Maybe indirectly, not so commercial in your face that, hey, I'm selling a bank something, so come and buy. That kind of thing. But I spoke to someone in Israel and he mentioned that there's this app in America, Cash App, and they have
Cash
TikTok
App.
and they're doing super amazing there. So I was like, really? Okay. Since I've realized that brands are now going to TikTok, I have to look
brands
at
are
how
getting
they
on
are doing
TikTok.
this.
Initially, I didn't see brands on TikTok myself. TikTok, I've been
too.
in and out of it. Like I'll be there, then I remember I have a TikTok account. Then I go and do a couple of videos, and then I can forget that I have a TikTok account.
Sure.
But recently, just a couple of days ago, I came back on there and I saw that brands are on TikTok.
Wow.
At first, they entered through influencers.
Uh-huh.
And then now I see that they have created accounts and they are posting the influencer content. So they are not generating their own content.
Sure.
But so, for example, Calipo uses Jackie. Then I haven't seen Calipo on TikTok. I'm just using them as an example, but they do use Jackie to advertise, and she does a lot of TikTok content. And while she's doing her content, the Calipo is in the picture. Or sometimes she'll be drinking it and talking about random things. So, for example, Calipo could take that content and post on their page. So they are not doing anything, but they are just posting their influencer content. And I thought,
Smart, right?
interesting.
I like it
isn't
too.
it?
I like it.
Isn't it? So basically, you're saying that as a brand, know where your people are, and then create those accounts and be there.
and be
But
there.
when you when you get on, for example, you are a bank and you've created a new Instagram account, where do you start from? How do you make your page popular so that you'll be able to reach your target market?
Okay, so I would say that Ghanaians or people are just used to waking up one morning and saying, "I'm looking beautiful. Let me take a photo." Okay, and just put it there. Once you're a business, or even I wouldn't say for business, for everybody, you need to plan it. So that is what this term comes in: content calendar.
Okay, you can't just say, "Oh, today we are feeling good. Let's post."
Or today I'm sad, so let me just cry and put it there. You need to plan it, okay?
Okay.
And in planning it, it will give you ideas to say that, okay, if I want to post, let's say 4 times in a week, for each of the 4 times, what am I posting? In that case, you can say that for day 1 within the week, I'm going to talk about, let's say, the benefits of my product. But for day 2 in the week, I cannot be doing
Benefits.
benefits. So maybe educational, which really works because you need to show the person what you know that
They
he may
don't
not
know.
know. So let me go back to the land example. People are in Ghana here, but trust me, if you say he should go and buy a land right now, let's say 1 plot of land, he's still not sure what the processes are. So why don't we do 3 things you should know before buying a land in Ghana? Okay, or 4 things you should do after buying a land, or 5 things you should do after registering your land. So, oh wow, if let's say I'm at the age where I can buy a land, I'll be glued to your page because you're giving me educational content that I can feed on. In that case, if tomorrow you post a product, I was waiting for educational, but indirectly you've caught my attention because I'm already glued to you. You get it? Then maybe another type of content we can do for, let's say, the 3 of the week could be things which engage the person. Remember, all the first 2 is like you are giving them information. The first one was benefits of products. The second one was about educational, still giving. Now, why don't we take something? So let's say, an educational thing to say. What is the biggest housing wahala you have faced? Put it in the comment section. So now I'm inviting you to add your voice to the page. That's what they call user-generated content. And that goes even more viral than you saying, I have this, so take it. I remember when I was in Tigo, MTN used to do that a lot. Either MTN or Vodafone, they used to go back in the days and they would take something that we all love. Let's say, Pilolo. What were some of the plays or those funny things we used to do as a kid? It's people going into their archives, going to bring pictures of they playing this Pilolo game or somebody wearing some
True.
abortion kayak slippers. You remember those things? And it was fun. And it
Yeah.
would trend because Vodafone was inviting, was it MTN or Vodafone? I can't remember which of them was inviting the public to now feed them with content. So now I can take that content and repost it and maybe tag the person. Then now that virality
Starts.
catches on. Yeah. Another content you could also do is also look at the calendar and then look at what is already there. For example, national holidays, important days, maybe Women's Day, those things. And then follow it. It's already trending anyway. Whether you like it or not, that day will be hashtagged International Girls' Day. It's already there. So why don't you follow the trend and also talk about something you've done for girls as a company so you can follow that trend? Okay. So there are so many things. If you are starting, you think there is nothing to say. But once you get into it, I can give you like 5 more things you could tap on that you may not have realized it could be something you could do. For example, quizzes. You could just say, it's fun time. Tell me blah, 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 or ABC. I think for Fido, there was one thing we did recently, which was because we are a financial institution. So we say, You know your bank accounts very well. Use a smiley to tell us
How much you have?
how much you have in your bank account. And you can't laugh. People were
Crying.
giving us crying emojis. So you see, you're a bank. You're still talking about finance, but you found a nice way of bringing the people together about the same content. You get the point? Yeah.
So it's possible to be cool,
Yeah.
even as a serious organization.
Sure.
So you people who create content for like banks and the rest, like, is this taught? Is it taught? Is it talent? Is it like, how do you, like, some organizations? So I'm a bank. Let me just keep with a bank example. My social media is struggling. We are not doing well, but we're a popular bank, but we are not able to reach, say, the younger generation via our social media. How do I get the right people to create content for me? Do I need to, I mean, where are you guys? Because people have solid communications teams and they do great with PR, advertising, and marketing. But when it comes to the digital aspect of things, like, you see a whole bank with 50 followers.
Yeah.
And like, you're a bank, you have 50 followers, individuals have 1,000. So like, how do you do well as a corporate institution?
You know what? There is something that I have been pushing, and that is one reason why I created my Denali's digital YouTube channel. Most of us, I did IT in school.
Okay.
And yes, though digital marketing is marketing, there is a digital aspect of it too, which makes it a bit of IT kind of thing. Unfortunately, it's not taught. Maybe now they are trying to do it, which is fine. But traditionally, when we were in school, they weren't teaching anything in digital marketing. Either the lecturers don't know or they're not ready to learn. And so it's like, if you find yourself in it, you have to read around, watch what others are doing in other countries, and experience also counts. And sometimes too, you need to give people the chance to show you what they. For me, my first job was Tigo. I'm sure they would have said, you don't have any experience and so don't come. But when they gave me the opportunity, they said, oh, wow, she could actually put her thinking cap on if you give her the chance. So sometimes companies shouldn't be in a rush to find that perfect person who's done 10 years experience in digital marketing. Young people are naturally creative. They are the same people who create individual accounts that get the thousands and the 2,000 followers. So give them the space and don't be too, we are a corporate brand, so you can't post like too trim. I don't know if I'm allowed to speak to you.
Please.
But so trim, you can't even, no, these are our colors. So even if you want to add a little red, you don't go with it. Like, it's so brand focused that the person doesn't have the breathing space to actually play around. Give them that room a little. Yes, we are corporate, but give us that room a little, and then we can do that. There is another part of the digital part that companies are not ready to do, which is investing.
Okay.
See, though Asaase Radio is here, it's nice, beautiful place, but I'm sure it's being run with money.
Yes.
Same with Facebook, same with Instagram, same with YouTube. The workers there need to be paid. So if you continue doing organic, they will intentionally stifle your growth.
They did it to me. Did you hear that?
They will intentionally stifle your growth. And this is not now. Even after 2015, when I was in Tigo, we could have about 40,000 followers on the Tigo account. You post only 2,000, we even see. It's not comment. We just see it. By then, they're doing 2% of your entire followership. So imagine you've struggled to get 40,000 and you post, and Facebook only decides to show it to just 2,000. And that 2,000 is even those who have recently engaged with you, not the one who engaged like 1 month ago. Why? Because they are forcing you to pay, so that they can also pay their staff and keep their platform. So I don't think it's bad, because even for print media, for TV media, we pay for them to advertise for us. So if you should have a budget, let's say every month I'm giving the marketing person $1,000, use it to promote the account. Why not? You should be able to do it. Good for me. All the companies I have worked with understand marketing in a way that it could give you very huge budgets to run the pages. I don't know how it happened, but I'm just fortunate to be in such companies. So I've never really struggled to grow a page, because there is budgets for Apollonia City. Every month it's always on. There's not even 1 month you don't have budgets for marketing. No, for digital marketing. And you're doing it for search, you're doing it for YouTube, you're doing it for Twitter, you're doing it for all that. And for these advertisements, once you are paying, they give you a bigger room. So for example, if currently you have just 1,000 people following you on Facebook, it doesn't mean Facebook has only 1,000 people. They have, let's say, 8 million Ghanaians. So now that you are paying, they open the room for you. These are all the 8 million people. Which one do you want? Then I will say, okay, I want the one between the age of, let's say, this to that. He should be interested in that and this, So now people say you are buying them. No, I don't think you are buying them. You are just reaching out to them. Once I reach out to you and you like it, that is when you come back and follow me or engage me. You see, so there's nothing bad with having a budget as a business to promote your brand. And trust me, some companies even go beyond followership. Apollonia never concerned itself with followership. It was about get me leads. So now the social media is not just your PR tool. It is your sales tool actually. We could get leads who could buy houses or lands worth $40,000, $50,000 on that same social media that we are saying we play on. Can you imagine? So yeah, I think investment is one, and also allowing the marketers room to play with their own creativity. I think that will also help us grow the pages.
Some people say that when you put ads on social media, it doesn't actually work, or the ads don't actually work. That, they just take your money. I've seen a few comments on social media like that say, well, these ads don't work, or these ads aren't working. They work for me, okay, personally. But I've seen people complain. Are there ways you should place the ads so that they work?
Yes.
Okay.
Ads work. They work. Hey, I think 2018, I don't want to say a lot of things our companies have worked with. Digital marketing alone could give you sales worth more than you paying, let's say, 5 salespeople with a driver and a car, and they're roaming the streets to look for prospects. Give digital marketing, let's say, $3,000, and you even get more than you giving those 5 guys cars and drivers to roam about to look for prospects for your products. And it's about knowing how to do it. Unfortunately, a lot of people who claim they are digital marketers are content creators only. He's good at content creating, which isn't bad. That is his field.
It's part of it.
Yeah. But if you want the advertising bit, look for somebody who's also good. For that, I wouldn't say try the person. It is money that is going. So at least make sure the person knows what he's doing before you let him do it. And the main thing is your targeting. For example, Facebook, there are a lot of, for want of a better word, trash. Like, a lot of people are there.
Facebook?
Yeah.
I thought Facebook was for the serious people.
Because it's like the first social media we got used to here.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I think it's the highest social media audience. For example, in Ghana here, no social media beats Facebook. Not even YouTube. Nobody can beat Facebook. And so because of that, to finding the right person is also difficult. It's like finding your child amidst a crusade of people. So you need to really target so well that you are hitting on the right people. And one targeting option that worked for me that people really haven't gotten used to is what we call look-alike audience.
What's that?
So you are a company, you already have 4,000 customers. You have their names, you have their email addresses, you have their phone numbers.
Yeah,
and they are sitting in your database somewhere. There's an opportunity to take this file, put it on Facebook, and say, Facebook, you know what? These people are my serious guys. They've bought before. I can trust that they have the money. Look for their friends for me.
How do you do that?
Apo.
How do you do that? Okay,
So-
give us some. You have to give us some.
So, for example, if you open your advertisement portal and you get to the targeting option, the first thing you would have seen would have been age. You see that thing?
Yeah.
Age, location, and maybe
Proximity to you.
behavior. Maybe he likes singing or he likes dancing, those kind of things. You can also go to that same place, because maybe I don't have a dashboard here, I can't show you. But if I have it open, I could have just pointed it, where you will click custom audience.
Yeah.
Then you will load.
I've seen the custom audience.
Good. So you will then load the file of all your customers, and it works. Because remember, if the CEO of Asaase Radio has been able to bank with, let's say, my bank, then it means his friend will definitely be the CEO in, let's say, another station who could possibly have the means of banking with me. Because, how do they call it? Birds of the same feathers flock together. You see, and it works. And for people who do niche products, like the real estate guys, people who sell cars, because you need people who are worth the,
people
to
who
buy.
have good money.
So that works. But if you want to do just demographics, she's of this age,
They'll
she's
bring
a girl,
you your followers.
those people will bring you your followers, but you end up targeting somebody in JSS or somebody in university who still hasn't found his way way out in life. Not to talk of buying a house or you know what I mean. So that works for me. Even for LinkedIn, so LinkedIn too has been one superb place when it comes to advertisements.
Okay.
For example, LinkedIn has something that no other social media has. Seniority.
Okay.
You and I are on LinkedIn, but you may be a manager, I may not be. You and I may be on LinkedIn, but you may be a director, I may be at entry level. So if I'm targeting and I know it's not a mass marketing, it's a niche marketing, you need people who have money, I'll only say advertise to people whose seniority is equal to manager or director. You get it? So you could be on the same LinkedIn, but that ad will never show to you because you don't per what you've declared on Facebook, on LinkedIn, sorry, you don't meet that criteria. You get it? And it really works. It really works. You could even target industry. Let's say oil and oil and how do they call
Gas.
it? Gas. Those guys, we know they have the money. So
yes.
that's what they claim. So imagine targeting only them to buy, let's say you are into some diamond ring kind of business. They could afford that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I've never done ads on LinkedIn.
You should try it. Though it's expensive than any other.
Okay.
But
LinkedIn is a pressure site. LinkedIn, people just show off on LinkedIn like, yo, today I accomplished this and tomorrow I will accomplish that. And I have accomplished it over the last 3 years.
Charlie.
So when I go on LinkedIn, I'm like, this is how I'm like, oh my God, everyone is like, the pressure on LinkedIn. People say there's pressure on Instagram and social media pressure. Pressure is on LinkedIn. That is where the pressure is. That is where you wonder what you are doing with your life. But wow, like the insights you're sharing are really cool. There are things that are there courses that you can take on social media management that would teach you these things?
The truth is, I have a video on this that tells you 3 courses. One is Google Digital Skills for Africa, which is free. The other is Twitter. I think the name is Blue something. I've forgotten, but I could revise my notes and maybe you put it in the comment section or something like. Then there's a third one for Facebook, which is called Facebook Blueprints.
Okay.
But
how do you find it?
Oh, you just Google Facebook Blueprints and you should find it. And then Google Digital Skills for Africa. But even me going through those things myself, it's more theoretical than, for example, if I read it, I'll understand it because I already know it.
Yeah.
And so it becomes like a refresher course for me. But if you haven't done anything in that field and you want to start, you may even get more confused than
do you need someone to teach you to do it?
That is the point. And so you may need to intern with someone. You may need to, there are digital agencies in Ghana a lot these days. Okay. If let's say you are a young person and you're on vacation or something, you could go and intern, or maybe you've completed school and you are home, you could go and intern. And if let's say you are working already and maybe you can't leave your work to go and intern too, you could actually...
Or you're too old to be an intern.
You see, you could actually watch practical videos on YouTube. For example, what I do, there was a whole session I did about how to do paid ads on Google.
Okay.
Back to back. It was like an hour where it was actually a class I had with a group of people, but I recorded it. So you could see people asking questions and things like that.
Online?
Yes. And it's on YouTube as we speak. But the truth is, people don't like to learn. That is what I have noticed. If I had gone to do, let's say, what's trending on YouTube right now, I'll get people coming to comment. Hey, have you heard this? This guy has released his new song. Hey, it will go right now. But come and learn. Practical, free, you just see 200 people watching it, 300 people watching it. And so I think if you really want to learn and you go online, especially YouTube, type in exactly what you want to learn. You get the practicals. Or if you know somebody, partner the person. Maybe, you know what, if you get a gig, try and let me do it. And whilst I'm doing it, maybe teach me. Maybe I won't charge anything for
doing
assisting you in doing it, so that I'll also use me learning from you as the benefits of doing this for you. And if you try it once, twice, you see that you'll be able to pick on it because it is more practical and you are learning it. Yeah.
Can social media management or managing social media platforms for a corporate organization is it a job for everyone? Can everyone do it? Do you need a specific set of skills to be able to execute?
I think you should be somebody who is let's say free spirited. You should be able to think. It looks very simple. For example, if you go to Twitter and see somebody has posted a 280 character post, they'll say really it's simple. But putting your head together to write that
Twitter is the most difficult social media platform to use.
You write one page and I have to shorten it to 280.
Yes.
You get it? So you need to be somebody who could think through things. I could see a long thing and maybe let me see how I can summarize this, but not miss out the main points in there. And I don't think it is also rocket science. I would say that you need to do maybe engineering before you can do that kind of. No. I don't think it's that kind. If you've been able to do radio, I think you should be able to do social media because you are on your feet thinking, trying to talk to people. You should be somebody more like an art. If you could draw, because you use your senses to draw, maybe this color should look this way, this should look that way, should be able to do it. But I must say, it is more of practice than just learning. You could learn, but if you don't practice it, you forget it.
You have to keep learning. Yes. You have to keep going.
Some of us took advantage of big corporations that came into Ghana. When I was in school, I think Google was in Ghana then. They were very active here. They're doing programs here, doing programs there, especially for the university communities. And me being an IT person who was now struggling to do IT, I had to take advantage of these things. And that is how come I now...
that's how you enter digital?
Yeah, from coding. I was like, coding there, dang, Charlie. This one looks more softer. Let me go into that.
Soft life.
And since then, it's been back to back to back to back. So I also think people should take advantage of things that are going around them. If, let's say, Facebook has come to Ghana, for example, they are doing this program. Be there. Twitter just came. They are doing this. You've seen it on let's say, Twitter that they are saying they're having this event somewhere. Also, Kobe, go some. Yeah.
Well... Yeah. It's like you said, it looks easy on the face of it. It looks like 200 characters. They send it to me, but it's not so simple. Have you seen any organization on social media doing something or advertising in a certain way? And like, this is not the way to do it. Like, it's wrong. Without mentioning the names of the organizations, what are some of the things that organizations are doing that you're like, it will make you just cringe and be like, people of God, this is not the way to do it.
I have this WhatsApp group is fellow digital marketers that have come together to form that group.
Okay.
So once in a while when I see these things, I take a screenshot and they say, Alice, you are being too petty. I say, no. I'm sure they are paying their agency like some 20K somewhere and see what's happening. And one thing I've realized is that people don't use the right dimensions. So let's say LinkedIn, the picture you're posting, maybe it's supposed to be 1,200 pixels by, let's say, 628. But because you have, let's say, a lazy graphic designer, you go and use the Instagram, the square. Instagram is usually square.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Instead of him to resize it to fit the other social media's dimension, you post it there. So you may see a post, and the post doesn't fill the whole screen. It fills just, let's say, the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
And here is blank, here is blank. And funny enough, it's being promoted, meaning he's
they
paid
put a
LinkedIn.
paid ad on it.
So if you are paying it, then do it properly so that it will show. And what makes it worse is that because it's small now, the writings become very small because already it's not taking the whole space. Okay. So I'll go like, no, we don't do this like this. And funny enough, another agency can see me that so it's really sad. And one thing too is what I've seen with the up and coming businesses is that they are almost always promoting their business, their products. I'm selling this shoe, nice shoe, 200 Ghana, come and buy. I'm selling this hair, nice hair, 300 Ghana, come and buy. Come and buy another also. Sometimes educators tell me something you don't know. Do you know that this hair, if you use color brown at the tip, is going to really make it nice? Don't end by saying,
therefore, come and buy.
Therefore, contact me via da 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 da. The person already knows that you are an expert in what you do. and so he will contact you. Me like this, LinkedIn, I have never said I do digital marketing, so consult me and I'll take this amount. But almost every now and then, I get DMs. Hey, I can see you're good at what you do. Can you help me out with this? Or if you should come and train my people at this. Da, 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 da. Meanwhile, I have never said I train, pay this and take it. Why? Because I have set up myself in a way that I'm always educating you on something you didn't know, either a news item. And it's not every day that it's supposed to be about what you know. Sometimes you could just pick a news item that somebody wrote, you saw it on Google or something, then give your own narration to it and ask the people, what do you also think? That is all. Then people now see you as the, how do they call
Thought
this?
leader.
The thought leader. That's the word. You could have webinars. So as a business, let's say a bank, you can have webinars. How do you save your money? 5 things you shouldn't do with your money. 5 things you should do for, let's say, investing. Once I know you are giving me all these tips, if tomorrow I have money to invest, wouldn't you be the first person I'll contact?
Yep.
Definitely.
It follows naturally.
You see. So we should rather reduce. I know you're a business, you need money, so you need to promote what you have.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't always be that. Every week, maybe it should be one B, then the rest will be other educational or other engaging content.
How do you feel about companies posting their stuff or engaging in conversations on trending social issues and politics?
Engaging their stuff, I like it.
Posting their stuff.
I like it. Why?
Okay.
Because we are all humans. We want to see the human face of everything. For example, maybe I've heard of Asaase radio, but I may not know that DJ that always plays that beautiful tune.
This is him.
Every, you know,
DJ. Oh,
maybe using
DJ Randy. Well, why you bought? I'm giving you fast.
maybe even using a radio station may not be the perfect fit for you because
Because
you guys
we are media.
are mostly streaming, so that is fine. But let's say a bank. It shouldn't always be about your investment packs, and it shouldn't always be about the MD too. You see, it could be that soft-spoken receptionist that you meet anytime you are there. Write about, let's say, sometimes it's not even anything big deal. Be write about the fun facts about her. Did you know this lady loves dogs? And you know, and that is what people want to see because we are humans. We connect with emotions.
Humans.
Exactly, with humans. I think that is good. For the politics side, I wouldn't want a brand to go there because your audience, you don't know which angle he or she falls in. You know, if you are a media and yours is to maybe bash the government or yours is to commend the government, that one there's your work, so it's fine. But if you are a bank, what business do you have in politics? The person that may be reading may be anti what you are saying, and because of that may never like you, and they may tell all their relatives not to like you.
Yeah.
So that one, yeah, I wouldn't.
Let's talk about small businesses.
Advise.
So, Alice,
Mm-hmm.
these small businesses who run their own social media pages,
Mm-hmm.
who will post their pictures and say, our CEO. Who will post their pictures and say, today is our CEO's birthday. But it's the same CEO who works alone in that small business.
But we don't know now.
Okay, so is that okay?
I think it's fine.
Let me tell you why I'm asking you this question. So I know this lady who runs her own business, and she often does that. Our CEO today in a pink dress, then she posts her picture. And then on other days, she'll say, thank you all for following my page. Thank you for calling me. I'm out of town for this time. If you're trying to reach me, you can't reach me, just DM me. Or she'll say, I just want you guys to know how to whatever, you know. So she goes from I to our business. Today is our business, our CEO this, our CEO that. Tomorrow it's I would like to let you know how you know. So I called her once and I told her that, chick, if you want to run your page, you know, run it as a business and use business language all the time. Never say I. But if you want it to look like, because there are a lot of small businesses where they run their pages as them.
Yeah.
So I am a Kia and this is my business. But if you want to buy from me, you know that it's a Kia you're talking to. You're not talking to the business, right? You can do that. Okay. And she didn't seem to understand. That everybody who deals with her knows that she's the one that owns the brand. So if she comes on there, she says, I am doing this today, they should know. And then I left it. I said, you know what? I'm not even a digital marketer. Maybe I
I'm just
don't
helping
know.
you.
I'm just trying to advise from what it looks like, from where I sit. So maybe I'm wrong. So you just do you.
I think you are correct. So she's supposed to pick one side and stick to it. If you want it to look like this is a business account, even on Instagram, you can make an account a professional account.
Yes.
Where you can see advertisements and insights from your page. And you can also make it at a personal account where it's more about you. So pick one and then stick to it. People usually think if it's business, it's supposed to be strictly business. I don't buy into that entirely. In fact, even on Facebook, if you are, let's say, I'm Alice. I've grown my personal page for years. I have JSS classmates, SS classmates, and today I sell, let's say, wigs. Why do I have to go and create a new page and call it Alice Wigs and start all over? Whilst I have about 10,000 friends from childhood. You do know you could convert your personal page to a business page where all those friends automatically become followers. Okay, so which means that even in the minds of the people who created the social media, they know there could be that fusion between your personal account and the brand.
Your business account.
But as he said, if you always want to portray it to be the business talking, hi, meet our CEO. Then another day, if you're not there, you should say, hi, Asaase Radio will not be available on this day.
She'll say, I'm taking a trip.
You see? So
and she won't even type it. She'll do a video. Hi. So, I just woke up and I just wanted to let you know that she has this, I don't know his Instagram accent. I just want you to know that, that her dog will pass and say, hey, Skippy. Anyway, I just wanted to know that I'm going to London for a few days. And I cringe. Mm-hmm. Because the name of the page is a business name.
In that case, if she wants to do the hi, I'm going somewhere, which is fine. When it's time to introduce the CEO she should say, hi, I am the CEO of this.
Our CEO's birthday. Show her some love.
Interesting.
In third person.
Anyway. Our people.
Well, anyway, I mean, I thought it wasn't so great, so I drew her attention to it. But apparently, it's allowed. So anyway, I'm glad I had a point, sort of, ish, on that. How do you feel about businesses buying pages? So there are people who grow their accounts to like 10,000 followers, and then they say, "I'm selling my account." And then a business that's looking to start an Instagram page will go and buy it, and then would have bought that person's followers. Or some actually approach you and say, hey, you have 2 million followers. Can I buy your account for this much?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
What do you advise on businesses that do that?
It's not as if I've read an article somewhere that says don't do it. But personally, I don't think it is the best because, one, the people you are buying, follow that person for a reason. Maybe that person was a biker and they like to bike. And so it's like a fan of bikers. And now you as a bank, you are going to buy that. Really, your audience and what you are selling doesn't connect. So you may end up posting something and nobody comments because that was not what, or how do I say it? That was not why they followed the account in the first place. So that is one. And two, I don't even see why there is so much obsession about followership. As I mentioned, I think except Twitter. Even Twitter these days, I'm hearing that they are also limiting their reach. All the rest don't even show it to all your followers. All of them don't. As for Facebook, they're worse off. Now they're even showing it to less than 1%. So why buy something at the end of the day, Facebook will show it to less than 1% of the thing.
So how can I show it to all my people? I have to put ads on it.
So I rather prefer using that money I would have bought
the accounts for
to rather do, let's say, if it's a campaign I'm doing, let's say a 6 months campaign or a few months campaign for a particular product I'm trying to promote, then I rather promote it to reach all my followers and even beyond.
Is that option on social media?
Oh yes.
Show to all my followers.
Yes, all my followers, because already once the person has followed you, there's an interest, and so promoting something to somebody who's already interested maybe makes it easier for the person to buy. You could even do my followers and their friends. Because once you like it, there's a possibility your friend may also have some similarities when it comes to interest. So I think for me, yeah, everywhere I've gone, I've not really. I think it was only Tigo that had so much emphasis on followership. You have to beat Vodafone, you have to beat MTN. But aside that, all the other companies, I made them clear that, you know what, even if you buy 1 million followers, Facebook won't show it to them. So let's rather use it for a campaign and maybe have an objective. If it's lead generation, generate as many leads, follow up, and close it. If it is, what else do people do? If it is traffic to websites, do that campaign, 1 month campaign, pull all the traffic to your website so that people get to see all the other things you have on your website. And when it's done, it's done. And I'm trying to have, I think it's just a bragging right that people want to show. Hey, my page has 1 million followers and yours have only 3,000 followers, that kind of bragging rights. But for a business, I think you should be more about your bottom line. Are you making sales? Do campaigns that bring sales and focusing on vanity metrics. That's what my fellow marketers call it. Likes. They are vanity metrics. They don't really add to your bottom line like the way getting a lead that will close and give you your money. Yeah.
Hey, social media is not all just ABC. It's not simple. Yeah, it's not all ABC.
Yeah.
You see why you must invest in someone who actually knows.
Yeah.
Because some people just want to give you a nice feed. So we do 3 tiles. On the left, we put posters. In the middle, we
It's
put a
nice
picture.
though.
And then, so tiles. If you make a mistake and go and put something that doesn't correspond to the tile,
Delete it.
you archive it immediately. Alice, you've shared so much. I mean, I've learned so much, and I'm so glad you came. We should do a digital segment for Alice. And I hope that if you're a business and you're listening to us, you've learned quite a bit. I hope so, because like we've all said and we all agree that digital is the future, and it's important for you to get into the digital space. More importantly, it's important for you to use it properly, so that's, like Alice said, at the end of the day, it's the bottom line that matters. Not just the aesthetics and the vanity metrics. Anyway, before we round up, Alice, is there something else you'd like to add?
I just want to. I want people to watch my YouTube videos.
Yay!
Because
yes,
I'm
there's
sure
a lot of good
after
stuff
this
there.
show, you may not hear me like frequently here.
Sure.
But if you go on YouTube, I think I have about 9 videos. It's called Denales Digital. Don't worry about the name. It's me and my husband's name combined. So then Alice Digital. I try as much as possible to educate people, because I get a lot of people coming to me, Alice, how do I do this? How do I do this? Getting the time for everybody becomes difficult. So I put it together, put it there. You watch it for free, and then we help each other.
So what does your husband do on the platform? He's a cameraman.
Motivation.
Motivation. How did he get his name in there?
We'll talk about that later.
We must investigate this matter. Do you like music?
I do.
What's your favorite Ghanaian song?
Favorite Ghanaian song?
Hey, you have to think about it.
I think I like Samini. I like anything Samini is fine. Anything Akwawa is fine.
I will play you one song by Samini. I'll play you My Own by Samini.
My Own. I know the thing.
See, I know what you like. And what's the Akwaba Sinaso song? Obia. Yes, I'll play you Obia by Akwaba and Sinaso. Alice, thank you for giving us your time today.
Thank you too.
We really appreciate it. I hope to have another conversation with you.
Me too.
All right, and I hope you learned something today. If you didn't, please. You did. Thank you for doing so. My name is Ashorkor, and this has been content for corporate organizations on our digital media series. Catch you next time. Up next, Elvis Crystal has the Rush Hour. Enjoy My Own music by Samini. Perfect. Take us home.